Good evening, everybody. Matt Geary here for Geek Pride's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice. With me tonight, we have Michael as Tharval.
Evening, everyone.
We have Dave as Thomas Moonstar.
Evening all.
Mark as Lance.
Greetings, Dungeoneers.
And Pete as Draken.
Yeah, everyone.
Galandra is still doing baby things. So Danny should be back hopefully sometime within the first couple of months of this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And Wes is currently ill. Boo.
That's like grandfather Nurgle.
Yeah, he's not feeling well, so he is going to be remotely operated by our other adventurers. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you had a good one. What we're going to do is I'll give you a quick roundup of what's happened, and then we'll move on. So, last episode, quite a fair bit happened. Tharval and Tharval and Ceravel basically stowed away on a ship. Tharval being captured by the cultists, and Ceravel went to try and free him, which he has succeeded, aided by Tharval peeing on the guard's leg to distract him. So they're pretty much he hasn't opened the gate for him, but it's pretty much ended there. I think that's where we ended it, wasn't it, for your part?
I thought we'd actually opened the gate. I thought he'd like searched the bodies and opened the gate and stuff like that. But
okay, yeah. So pretty much, there's a lot. They're aware that you're there. They're aware that you're around. That something's there. Something's untoward. But that's pretty much where we've got to. As for the rest of them, well, we had a bit of a fracas in Camber Ford. The treacherous mage, Gibbons, got a bit seduced by the power that was within the vessel, the Warforged, and basically accepted its what's the word? Accepted its deal.
Gift.
Yeah, it's gift even, and has basically absorbed all of the dark essence from the vessel, plus everything from Thomas's Ogma's balance as well. So basically teleported out of the way. As that happened, he started teleporting in Dragonborn of Tiamat into the center of Camber Ford. Another character called Kiamat a Red Scale, for those who remember, potentially Draken's father, appeared, basically tried to persuade all the Dragonborn that were in Camber Ford to change sides. There was a lot of sort of toing and froing, and then unfortunately Chaos Braid, one of the Dirty Dozen, or Val's Vagabonds as was, decided that he wasn't having this and started attacking the Dragonborn in Camber Ford, which started a massive fight. This then allowed Kiamat to sort of get into the fortification itself after knocking down his son in mortal combat. What else happened? Yes, after basically seeing her son get basically knocked down, Val ran to the bridge to sort of try and stop some of the summonings coming from over in the south of Camber Ford. He got knocked down. His mother from the tower, after looking after Galandra, seen this and has basically went, I can't see him taken from me, and has given in to her darker side to sort of basically prevent his death, has transformed into a mithril dragon and has laid waste to everything in her way. Has killed all the Dragonborn who were reporting in, preventing Gibbons from sort of doing anything more. So he's pissed off again. She's then flown over into the main encampment and started having at everybody in there. Unfortunately, in the process, killing Annabella, one of the Dirty Dozen, killing some of the Dragonborn and the guards, and nearly killing Luntz in the process as well. She is then, as Val has sort of got up and sort of I don't know if did he jump on her? What did he do? Did he jump on her? Did he attack her? I think he attacked her, and yeah, I think he attacked her, and then she saw what was happening and basically transformed back into herself. Unfortunately, with that, she saw what she had done, and after sort of Val walking up to her, putting his hand on her, to see if she was okay, a dark-haired lady basically appears behind her, laughs, touches her on the shoulder. She says, "I'm sorry," and then they disappear, gone. Basically, she's gone back on her vow not to kill anything, and with that, Tiamat's taken her for her own. And that's where we were. I think Draken had just revived himself and was basically stumbling into Camber Ford at the end of this. And what else? Red Scale and Gibbons have vanished. They've sort of taken themselves off to places unknown, and that is that. So I'll start off in Camber Ford because I think Tharavol's part's going to be probably a bit more in depth. So let's stick on some music. It was sad music because there was a sad thing happening, and find it. Elven Dirge is the sad music we use. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so Draken, as you sort of kind of make your way back into the devastated camp, what once was, a burgeoning encampment with your brothers and sort of new friends, and you see devastation. That the camp is absolutely destroyed. This is a bit loud. Is that quite loud for you, by the way?
Not really.
I wonder if I can turn it down here.
We can turn it down on our own thing. Yeah.
There we go.
Turn everything down.
Better. Okay, so there's pure devastation everywhere. You can see Lance is sort of up and trying to help some of those who are who've been downed, who've been wounded. Thomas is helping. Val is on his knees, weeping openly at the loss of his mother, and that's the scene basically. So where do you want to go from here?
Where are they? What happened? Where are the Dragonborn? Where are my kind? And there is the Tiamat Red Scale.
They are no longer necessarily with us.
What
Some
do you mean?
stayed loyal. Some chose Tiamat's call and fell.
And where did this Tiamat Red Scale go?
I think you know where he came from.
Where did he come from?
He was teleported by Thomas's former colleague.
It seems that Gibbons has turned. He has absorbed all of the darkness from the crystal and joined forces with Tiamat, and he took Tiamat Redscale and teleported away. We don't know where to.
Mage, we need to find him. Can
I
you track him?
absolutely agree. I will do my best.
Now, I completely forgot that we've got other characters that we completely ignored, like Sir Tristan and
Certain Ranger.
yeah, the Ranger. So
Well, they just weren't in the right place, were they?
yeah, so they sort
Clearly
of,
sleeper.
you know, Sir Tristan, who was off, we'll say, sort of on, sort of, I don't know, he was off in Taunt or something at the time, comes back and with what was her name? Oh, I keep forgetting her name. Eldarith, yeah. And they again completely shocked by what sort of the scene they say in front of them. They ask you what's happened, and you tell them, pretty much the footnotes of what's going on. They say to you, what do we do about this insurgency within Balon? Because the whole sort of kind of principle is we had sort of you come back here to sort things out and then figure out how you were going to deal with what was going on in Taunt.
Yes. Well, obviously
It's
we need to.
very simple. We get the Dragonborn back, and we kill Tiamat. Or we kill Tiamat, and we get the Dragonborn back. One of the two. I do not care. We get them back.
Which mean the Dragonborn, as in the people who were, so basically in Camber Ford, out of I can't remember how many of them were 20 Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Most of them are. Actually, I wrote down how many had. Can somebody just check that? Because I updated the. Can you look at the Camber Ford thing? Because I can't switch off this because it'll switch off your thing. Can you look at the Camber Ford thing and it tells you the sort of casualties and stuff?
Where is this?
So in Camber Ford chat, the Camber Ford chat.
Camberford RP.
Yeah. If you go to the pin, I mean, it might be in the pinned. If you go in the pinned, yeah.
10 of 20 Dragonborn were killed.
And Uthrax is badly injured.
Yeah, he's not dead, but he's very badly injured.
So 10 are dead. Uthrax being one of Uthrax is badly injured. So you've got basically 9 left.
Okay, Ulfrax is one of the people that turned to Tiamat.
No.
Am I correct?
No, he didn't.
No.
Sorry.
Ulfrax fought with us.
Yeah.
Right, great, thank you. So I just need to clarify that.
Yeah.
Okay. It is very simple. We find where Red Scale has gone and we kill him. What more does need to be said?
Okay.
But he's not. We have other problems that we need to deal with as well. Remember, this is as much as anything else. This is probably a distraction from what's going on in Taunt.
No.
They're trying to keep us away.
Red Scale is one of their leaders. We kill him, and the head dies.
Are you thinking with your axe again, Dragonborn?
I'd hit him with my axe a lot.
No. Are you thinking with your axe?
No.
Are you
I'm
letting them lead
thinking-
you around by the snout?
No.
They wave something shiny at you and you chase it around.
No. I'm returning what they did in tenfold. They devastate us, we devastate them in kind.
And we lose
If
track
we,
of our original mission.
our
Why did we
original
come back
mission
here? We gave our word to Lady Taunt that we would return and seek out to deal with those cultists. We left one of our own and his brother behind, and we've left him unsupported with Val coming back with his mum. And we have a promise to keep.
What is our ultimate goal?
So
Right,
our
tell me,
ultimate goal is to defeat the darkness. But
yes, we do that
if we
by
go
killing Red Skull.
if we go running off and we let them lead us around by the snout, then they will just keep us moving in the wrong direction, and they will achieve what they want to by other means.
I'm not saying we'd be led round by the snout. I am saying we go directly to Red Skull. And
Leading
bring
you by the
upon
snout.
him the-
Um,
You
bring
turned
upon
up,
him the
shouted at you,
devastation.
smacked you around a bit, and you danced to their tune.
have you got anything to say, Thomas?
I don't believe that Red Scale is the ultimate enemy here. I agree that taking him down will hurt their war effort, but it will not end it. It could only make them worse. Who knows who may replace him?
Oh, so
It might be
Is it?
Senway that replaces him. Ultimately.
I do not like this. I do not like this at all. We turn away from when we have been hurt by others. We ignore it. We let it go unanswered.
If you're walking towards a fight and someone steps on your toe and walks away, do you carry on to the fight, or do you turn around and chase the person that stepped on your toe?
No, you grab them and use them as a weapon when you go into the fight.
So so what's your what do you want to do, Draken? So what's your plan? What you're just saying, let's find Red Scale. So how are you going to do that? What's your
Draken has a plan. I'm glad you told me that, because he doesn't trust me.
Okay.
He's going to go and find Red. He was going to find Red Scale and kill him.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Okay,
He's
so
very, very, very angry. And
okay. So
he's a dragonborn barbarian berserker that is very angry.
Like I said, he's got you angry. He's leading you around by the snout.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to you that ultimately we can hurt Dragon Scale or Drake Scale or whatever and Tiamat much more by stopping these cultists from removing the support from those that are fighting and supporting Lady Taunt. They turned up, they beat the crap out of you, and you're hurt by it. They killed some of your people and turned some of them away from us. Yes, that hurts. But ultimately we'll hurt them an awful lot less killing your kin than we will be by making sure that the forces at large that are fighting to hold the darkness back have more supplies, more support, more reinforcements. They're trying to keep us busy, and they're trying to keep you angry so that we will lose track of the promises we have made and the consequences of those actions.
It's working. Many years ago, we Dragonborn, we did not return in kind what was done to us and see what happened to our people. Never again. Never
Ultimately,
again will I let this
we are
happen.
going to find him, and we're going to we're going to let you grab him by the ankles and beat him against the wall. But we have a promise to keep.
Sir Tristan nods his head and says, "We have given our word. We must keep it, or we are no better than these foul beasts."
When you say foul beasts, what do you mean? Speak carefully, knight.
You are going to get us into a lot of trouble. Do you see what is around us, Dragonborn? Your rage will just turn you into your father. This is what happens with unprovoked, unthought out Barbary.
I am a barbarian. I do not discount that in the slightest. I am not my father, and never, ever dare compare me to that scum again.
Do you think he started out wanting to become what he is?
I do not speak for him. I do not what he thinks. I dare not know what he thinks. He is beneath me. He is.
We need to learn from the mistakes of others so that we don't reproduce them, Draken.
I learn from mistakes. He will not best me again.
Fine, but
as you're sort of arguing with each other, you can see the you can see a lot of the Dragonborn and the like the Dirty Dozen and some of the soldiers getting slightly annoyed with each other. There's a lot of arguments. There's a few sort of kind of fights starting up. Sergeant Castor is trying his best to sort of kind of restrain his men, but obviously with a lot of deaths is struggling. The whole fortification is in a bad place.
I turn around to see the commotion.
Lance, you are right. We must unite. We must bring forward a united front.
Draken, will you please hold your people back? I will try and help to keep the soldiers to one side. Everyone has a very hot head at the moment. We need to calm them down.
I have an idea. We do not bring them apart. We bring them together. We unite them through this tragedy. We unite a united front together. You and I and the rest stand together and speak to them as one.
Okay. As you're saying that, Val stands up with tears in his eyes. He looks at you with anger. He looks at you with anger, and sort of not shoulder barges past you, but just pushes past you towards his towards the south of the fort.
Paladin, where are you going?
He ignores you and just carries on walking.
Leave him be. He needs to grieve.
Thomas, can you please keep an eye on him?
I'm on it.
I don't think that we can trust him to be in his right mind at the moment. Draken, shall we see if we can sort these miscreants out before they end up killing each other?
We shall. Again, united front. We do not speak to them as separate. We need to unite them as one.
Okay, so what's your plan then?
Basically, a suitably rousing speech, uniting them through the tragedy, uniting them that what has been done to each other has been done to each of them equally, rather than as separate. That we are together, one people, one Camberford, one united force, and together we will triumph it. Essentially, that's the basic idea of the speech.
Okay. Do you want to give me? Do you want to give me a well, it would be persuasion. Give me a persuasion roll. You can have advantage because obviously Lance is with you.
Well, basically, it could be like two-person where one speaks, the other speaks. I'm just kind of
okay, right? So you're doing it to the Dragonborn. So give me a persuasion roll then.
Well, no, not the Dragonborn. That's the thing. We're not doing it just to one people. Like, as in, we take it in turn to speak, but we're saying it to all of them.
Yeah, so that's why you're getting advantage. You can have one roll and you can have advantage.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so persuasion. She can't be like athletics.
No,
it can't. Intimidation would also be good, but you're still better at persuasion than I am.
That's it. Okay. I'm making apologies for what happens next.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Wow, right. Okay.
Apologies? What was that?
Well, so standing on one of the nearby sort of rocks, Draken stands up and lets out a mighty sort of roar to sort of prevent, to sort of kind of snap everybody out of what they're doing. Everybody sort of kind of starts looking towards this outcrop north of Cranber Ford, and he, for a man of very limited vocabulary, he comes out with a passionate, verbose, and rousing sort of speech that has the entire fort, raised fists in the airs and shouting, and everybody seems to be on board. Everybody is sort of like patting each other on the back, sort of, all the ones who are fighting, there's sort of kind of seems to be hugs. Even the Dragonborn, you're generally quite sort of sullen, seem to be a bit more sort of kind of happy. Even some of the Dirty Dozen who are remaining sort of start helping with the dead and the injured.
That worked.
I think we should probably step back while we're ahead right now, so, my friend. I don't.
I'm not rolling another dice.
Okay.
That could make the evening interesting.
Yep. Okay. So everybody sort of think luckily the thieves sort of left before this all kicked off and stuff, so they took themselves off. So you've still got them, and you've got basically half of your remaining sort of kind of forces, excluding Annabella and well, obviously you need to do some medicine checks for Uthrax, because he's is it Uthrax or Ulthrax? Whatever.
Technically, the Thieves Guild are the majority.
Yeah, the Thieves Guild are now the majority.
They left before the fight started.
Yeah.
They're long.
Well, they went to go mug cultists, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because they were getting bored.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that it's basically you now are spending your time to clear up, clear up the fort. Thomas, as you're sort of kind of walking behind Val, he just sort of stands. See, I feel I don't know if I should, because obviously I want to kind of give Val, I don't want to give Wes time to sort of maybe RP his character and stuff.
So you're not going to kill him tonight, then?
I'm not going to kill him. He starts walking towards the tower where Galandra is, basically.
Okay, I will remain nearby, but not crowd him, but make it obvious that I'm here if he needs me.
Okay, cool.
Galandra was one of the objectives that I had for early on tonight, anyway.
Okay, cool. All right. So, are you wanting to talk to Galandra, or you want to
just check on her, make sure that she's okay, that no one has infiltrated the tower where she is during the battle, using that as a distraction, or no other darkness has crept in while we weren't looking.
Okay, so you go into the tower where Galandra is still lying in bed. Doesn't seem to have budged. Is basically where she is. There's been no sort of movement. The tower itself seems untouched. Val is in basically the wine cellar and is pouring himself a big drink at this moment in time.
Okay. I will remain within eyesight of Valishul and just make sure he doesn't do anything silly.
Okay.
I will, whilst I'm with him, I'll put my hand on his shoulder and give him a solemn look to convey sort of solidarity with him and let him know that I'm there.
As you sort of put your hand on his shoulder, his quite sort of strong demeanor sort of drops down. His shoulders fall, his head falls, and he just breaks down crying. The he doesn't say any much. He just sobs. He just sobs into his drink, and that's it basically.
Okay. I'll
Um,
remain just in case.
Right. Okay. So moving back over to the ship. Where are we?
Tonight on the Therival Show.
Right on the Therival Show. And let's get some piratical rumbustification. Where is it?
I should have been playing Sea of Thieves.
Sorry.
Captain, look!
This music seems to be very loud. There we go. Right, just bear with me 1 minute. My dog's now decided that this is the moment that he wants to kick off.
I was wondering how long Boz was going to give you.
Well, that dice roll went a lot better than I was expecting.
So far.
That could have gone horribly wrong. Let's be honest, you've rolled double ones with advantage before.
I think that
Yeah, I
was
was
not on me last week.
Yeah, I'm not going to roll another dice at all this week.
Okay.
At all.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do like a ship view and stuff like that. So we'll just sort of so you're basically at the brig. So you're in the brig, and there are, people are aware of your presence. You've got sort of obviously a couple of dead guards there that you've taken out. What are you doing next?
Well, I think we'd said the last time that the main priority for the time being is to find the kids and basically to defend them or set them free. Basically, so no more of them are getting murdered to sort of use them as a bargaining chip, really.
Okay, do you want to roll me stealth then?
Do a roll for both of it?
And
character.
the Nook as well, remember?
Nanook is hidden or is already hidden upstairs.
Okay, right. So
She's actually he used animal handling to get her to stay where she is.
okay, cool. All right, so just give me a stealth roll then. Which one's yours?
Top one, and Cerevel's is the second one.
Okay. So you sort of roll me. What's it going to be to try and find places? Roll me investigation.
Do we get?
You can have
Advantage.
you can have advantage on it. Yeah.
I'm gonna use Cerevel because this is better. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, so you sort of make your way through the corridors, sort of putting yourself into sort of shadowy alcoves and behind crates and things as sort of crewmates and cultists sort of make their way trying to find you, and you come to the sort of the below deck of the ship, where there is a dark, smelly cage, effectively. Within the cage are the children sobbing. The chain with part of the devoured child still attached to them.
Okay. Can roll perception to see if there's anything else of a nasty. It's in a dark room then, is it? Yeah.
It's in a dark room, yeah.
Good. Okay, so just gonna do perception on that. Oh. Did that? Why is that not rolling?
Okay.
Don't know why I rolled twice there.
Yeah, you there's nothing in the room with the children. There is sort of, what's the word? There were sort of guards outside, but they sort of, as they've realized something's going on, have taken themselves off to try and find you. So the room is empty.
Okay, so Tharavol's going to take out one of his. Oh, yeah, I'm assuming that the cage is locked.
Yes, it is.
So Tharval is going to take out one of his arrows and use the arrowhead to try and pick the lock.
Okay. Do you have what's your have you got a proficiency in lockpicking or anything?
I've got a proficiency in thieves' tools, but that I don't know if that actually.
Yeah, I suppose thieves' tools would. Yeah. Thieves' tools. Well, you've got you'll have your thieves' tools with you, won't you?
See, this is the thing I don't understand. I don't think I've ever actually picked up thieves' tools at any point. I've just picked up the proficiency.
You're good at them. You just don't have them. Okay.
But I don't know. I don't understand. Actually, hold on. I'll look up what actually thieves' tools are.
Will you not have them in your backpack or anything if you've?
But I mean that's the thing. I've picked up as I've leveled up. I've become proficient in using thieves' tools, but I don't actually have thieves' tools.
Have you all leveled yourselves up, by the way?
Yep.
Yeah, we should be level 10, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm not
A set of tools including a small file, a set of lockpicks, a small mirror mounted on a metal handle, set narrow-bladed scissors, and a pair of pliers. Yeah, I don't have them.
Okay. Okay, so roll me. What's it going to be for?
Dexterity, probably.
Let me just check the. Investigating medicine, nature, perception, performance, persuasion. It is going to be dexterous. Would it be sleight of hand?
Sleight of.
Sleight of hand is pickpocketing or tricking people.
Sort of doing it unnoticed. Whereas I think it's probably just going to be a straight dexterity roll because it's basically going to be. It's more about accuracy and stuff like that.
All right then. Give us a dex.
We're both the same.
Okay, yeah, you managed to sort of use the one of the sort of kind of thinner bodkin arrowheads to sort of pick this quite large lock and open it. As you do, the kids sort of don't move; they just sort of kind of stand there.
We open the gate and. Thing is, where are they going to go?
Well, this is it. And this is the thing. Saravel says, "Brother, what are we to do with these children? How are we meant to leave the ship with them? How are we meant to get this? We can't take on everybody in this ship. What are we going to do?"
Okay. Brother, you and I were both. These kids are all younger than we were when we were taken, or when you were taken. We can't let them fall, have the same fate as you did. These children are our top priority at the moment. If we have to fight everybody on this ship to our death, then let it be. I'm not leaving them behind.
He nods his head and says, "I agree, brother. I am with you. What is our first move?
Right, let's see. If I was on a ship, what would I do? My theory is if we cut off the head of the snake, the body will fall. If we can find who the head of the ship, and we can kill them, we may be in chance with the rest may surrender.
To the bridge it is then, brother. Let us go.
Lead the way. Follow us, children. Stay low, stay silent.
All right. So you just so you know, you've got a bunch of children in chains walking through a ship which is looking for you.
Yep. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna cast this.
Let's see. Veil of Shadows and silence radiates from you, making you and your companions from detection. Companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity, stealth checks, and can't be tracked except for magical means. Creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. Okay. So do you want to give?
So they basically can't perceive us then because it's not of a magical means.
They can't. Well, set by magical means. Yeah, checks can't. So dexterity, stealth checks, and can't be tracked. Can't be tracked doesn't mean they can't see you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So give me just roll a d20 for the kids. Actually, roll me twice.
D20. They're not great.
Okay. So that's 15. I'll give you the 15. They've got a stealth 15 at the minute. Bear in mind they've got chains, so that's why I didn't give you the second one, because you get the lowest one because they're in chains.
Okay, so it's the 5 that plus the 10 then.
Yeah. So they're in 15. They've got a stealth of 15.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So give me. In fact, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to roll some. So you're making your way to the bridge. I'm going to roll. So you're in the bottom. It's going to be at the top. So I'm going to. And you're literally just having them follow you the whole way.
Like, I can't really think of what else. It's basically that, or then run the risk of them just being taken again. So yeah,
Okay.
we are their bodyguards.
Okay. Saravel says to you before you go, brother, should we not try and release them from their bondage?
Sounds weird. Yes. Okay. So, well, then if we take their chains off, do we get the higher roll?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So, yeah. So we try using the arrowhead on taking the chains off as well.
Yep.
So another dex roll.
Mm-hmm. $19. Yeah. Okay. Fine. The chains are released from the kids, and they have now got a stealth of 19 while surrounding you. That being said, though, they are kids, so maybe prone to wandering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll a d20. To see. So the next sort of kind of area you go to. 15. Okay, yeah. So they stay with you. Basically, if you get a 10 or lower, they're going to start wandering off. So they're with you. I'm now going to do some perception checks to see if anybody sort of perceives you. Looking for a 19 is the lowest. Okay. You go through the first. The first sort of deck, unmolested. Again, there's lots of people busying around, but you manage to sort of slowly and methodically make your way up a deck. Okay. Next deck. Do any kids wander off? Nope. And stealth checks. Nope. 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 Okay, and you make it. You make it onto the second deck as well. Okay, final deck. Do any kids run off? Nope. Just about one. And stealth checks. No. No. And no, just. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you sort of kind of make your way up. In front of you, you see the hooded figure that was there before, who ate the child, flanked by two sort of quite broad-looking cultists.
Okay, can we make our way to where, with the kids, to where Nanook was hidden?
Yep.
And leave the kids there, so they should be out of sight of the...
Okay, you're doing that. Nanook, have you still got your sort of like speak with animals going, or are they stay? Is anybody staying? Are you gonna? Are either you staying, or are you just leaving with Nanook? How are you?
Nanook's...
Did you ask Nanook to guard them? Sorry, no, I'm not present.
Yeah, so it's gonna be. Hold on, I think it was Ceravel who did it. Let me just double check his spells. Yeah, he's got to speak with animals.
Okay. Okay. So you're casting speak with animals then?
Yeah.
Okay, so he speaks with her and tells her to basically guard the children.
Yeah.
What are you exactly saying to her?
Say, good girl for staying quiet. Now, guard these children and stay here. We have to go and finish this. We'll be back for you soon, my pet.
She puts her head down to you and nuzzles it into your leg, then sort of walks off, sort of kind of nudging the children into sort of cover.
Okay. So Tharaval looks to his brother, and he holds out his hand to sort of give it a manly shake and say,
"You
time
son
to
of
dance,
a bitch!
You've been pushing too many pencils. Time to dance, brother."
It's like,
Yep.
Yep.
So from that, they come out from behind the so they should still be hidden.
Yep.
At this moment in time, so they come out from behind the cover where they're at, and they're just going to start letting arrows fly.
Okay. So let me just get Pilot's cut. For some reason, not letting me see the older. Oh, that's because. There, sorry. It's not the right thing. Right, okay. So instead, what I'll do is I will place them on this ship picture instead. We've got oops. Is that not? Oh, dog, you are a pest. HP. AC. Okay, and the guards are these guys here. Check what their stats are quickly. Oh no, I think they dead. Yes, okay. Okay, and then I will move you guys onto the board. You guys are in the other place I put you. Here. Okay. Why are you blue, by the way? Do you get extra?
Why am I blue?
Yeah, your
Where am
thing's blue for some reason. I'm not sure. Is that because of your?
Actually, don't know.
Usually means you've got temporary hit points.
Nope.
Okay. So. Yeah. It's. You know, pretty much that's the distance from the ship. We'll say, you know, you can. Well, I'm not piss around with cover and things like that. They're sort of in view and things like that. So.
Right. So, Tharaval is going to. Oh, do I want to do this? Yeah, I do. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use the oath bow. So Tharaval's going to take out the oath bow. He knocks an arrow into it, and he whispers to the arrow, "Swift death to those to you who have wronged me." He sort of takes a swift look just at the side of his eye to sort of see that Cerebel is doing the same thing, aiming at the commander in the middle, and he starts to fire.
Okay.
So
Just
when you make
realized
a
we
ranged attack,
didn't give any magical items to Cerevel. Let's have something similar to you, I guess.
so I don't have any magical items
Okay. Right.
still. Well, I've got that. I've got that thing. The
What rings and stuff have you still got? You gave one away, didn't you? To
I've only got the Ring of Fate, but I've got no charges left on it.
okay.
Right, so in this case, it's going to be using Hunter's Mark, Dread Ambusher, and Sneak Attack. Bow. Okay, so and we've got Archery is on.
No. Right. Okay. So you get your first. You get your an attack with.
So yeah, so this is a surprise attack.
Yeah. While you do that, I'm just gonna let this dog in. You roll your dice and stuff.
I just need to double check. Where is it? Assassinate. Okay, you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in the combat yet. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. Okay. So it's going to be 3 attacks. Yeah. So Oathbow.
You miss.
So that's the first one.
You hit.
So because he's using Oathbow, let's see. So I can turn Dread Ambusher off. Hunter's Mark is still on, and Sneak Attack is off.
It's annoying. This music is either super loud or super sweet.
So because he's used Oathbow, he gets another 3d6 damage on a hit.
Nice.
So actually, I'll do the last attack, and then I'll do the 66 if it hits as well.
Okay.
Would have been good if he hit with the other one too. Oh, hold on. Actually, what did I just say? So yeah. So because I'm using Assassinate, you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. In addition, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
Well, that's going to be grim. Okay, yep.
So what does that mean? Do I roll?
You get an additional damage dice, don't you, for a crit?
Right. Okay. So if I basically I'll do the other attack and then add the damage dice in. So it'll be 6. If I get another hit, it'll be 6d6 for the Oathbow, and then the criticals will add on top of that as well.
That's a lot of damage. God, yeah. Go on then.
Okay. Right. So please hit.
You miss. Oh no, you get advantage.
No, he's got advantage.
Yeah. So you do hit. Yep.
So 5 piercing plus 12. So that's going to be another crit. So you might want to start adding up some of this damage.
So do you get the top one and the bottom? Is that piercing plus piercing? What's the second one?
So the top one, let's see. Right. So the top one is, let's say for the one that hit, so for the 19,
yeah,
that is Sneak Attack, which is 3d6 damage. Dread Ambusher, which is 1d8.
Yeah.
And Hunter's Mark, which is 1d6.
Yeah.
Plus the 5 and 4, and then there's the extra damage. So it's basically one. It got a one
so
for the sneak attack.
27 damage for the first one and 17 for the. So that is 27 and 17, which is 44, 54, 40, 27. 40.
What does it say? 27 and 14.
27 and 17. Which is 40...
37, 37, 44.
44, yeah.
So then I get, because it was 2 hits using Oathbow, he gets an extra. Let me just double check that. If the attack hits your sworn enemy, takes an extra 3d6 piercing damage.
Okay.
So that's going to be 6d6. D6. Well, there's 5. Another 15 and one more. Another 18 damage.
44, 48, 52? Not 52, 62?
And then the 2 hits were crits.
Oh, God.
So then is it the D8? D8 is whatever I'm attacking with, isn't
Yeah,
it? 2
yeah.
D8s.
Yeah.
So 2 D8s. Another 9.
68, which goes to
Did you say it was 60?
77.
60.
He's dead. He's dead. Yeah, okay. So you pop up, and before Saravel's even sort of been able to knock his bow, you've piped out 3 shots and downed the hooded figure sort of on the bridge. The two sort of like hulking guards beside him let off this almighty sort of kind of shriek as this sort of kind of psionic blast hits them both, and they both jump overboard, sort of jump into the sea. As that happens, you see sort of other cultists sort of kind of charging up the stairs and starting to throw themselves overboard as well.
Okay, not too sure if... Still don't see this as a good thing. I see something bad's going to happen.
So basically, you get there. Saravel's like, "Great shot, brother! My God, that's amazing!" And these guys literally are completely ignoring you and are just coming up on the deck and then throwing themselves off the ship.
You see, we need somebody to actually help steer the ship, I suppose. So, can we try and grab a couple of them?
Yeah, you can try and grab a couple of guys if you want. Give us a dexterity and a strength check. So a dexterity to grab them and a strength to see if you can hold them down.
Okay, so dex.
Okay, you grab the hold of one. Do you hold them?
No.
No.
Even with advantage.
Yeah, he as you sort of kind of grab a hold of him, his coat or his sort of hooded robe comes off, and this sort of kind of slimy, scaly skin is shown, and your hands sort of kind of slip off it as he sort of he jumps into the ocean.
Okay, Servel's going to try a new tack. The next one that comes up the stairs, he's just going to point his sword in their face and say, "Stop."
Right. Roll intimidation. So another one sort of kind of charges up and straight into basically to the point of Servel's rapier and stops. You can see under his face that there's sort of something like his face is starting to change, like the skin is starting to fall off in sloughs, and underneath scales are showing.
Scales. Okay. He's turning into a fish. Huh?
You hope.
Don't think krakens have scales, do they?
No.
Okay, so he basically they sort of stand back and watch what progresses with this figure whilst holding him to just basically holding him to see what happens.
Give me a actually give me a perception check. Yeah, you notice that he's starting to scream, and you're aware that it's the same sort of scream that knocked Ollie is out on the
Okay, just put the sword through his face.
Okay, so give me a, because you have to sort of just give me a hit. Roll for a hit on. You can have advantage for Cerevel then. Yep. Does he only get that much damage? Does he only get 8 damage?
Yeah, but he's not using
he's
not using this like his hunter's mark or anything like that.
Okay, yeah. So he literally just sticks him through the head, and the change stops. But you've literally got, and he sort of kind of drops to the ground. This sort of kind of bluish red. It's like it's blue, but there's like sort of red, but there's tinges of blue within the blood, sort of kind of dripping off the rapier's end as the half transformed cultist sort of falls to the ground.
Tharvel turns to Cerevel and says, "I think we need to we'll need to cover our ears, just in case, and kill as many of these coming up as we can."
Okay.
So basically, as they keep on coming up the stairs, we're gonna keep on stabbing them.
Okay. All right. Right. How are we gonna do this then? Okay. Are you all right? How are you Are you standing in? Are you standing sort of like on the stairway as they're coming up? Are you sort of standing in the middle of the ship? How are you sort of kind of?
So I'm assuming that there's basically going to be a big hole in the center of the ship. There's going to be a stairway, and they're.
See, 1 minute. Let's see
gonna...
if I can find one of the other ships, and I can sort of do that. This one do.
What I was thinking is basically standing. If they're coming up, going up the stairs in a certain direction, we'll be standing at the opposite end of the stairway. Basically, so as they're coming up the stairs, we would be standing behind them, and just pick them off as they come up. So we get we'll not be in front of them. But obviously, they're probably going to see more dead bodies as they get up to the top. But
okay, we'll do it on this one. Actually, no, not overcomplicate that. Just stay where it is. Okay. So cultist wise, I'll roll some perception rolls to see if they sort of see you or not, and then you can roll attacks to sort of take them down. No, 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 and no. Okay, so there's 5 there who have sort of kind of, we'll say that's a group of them. So they're sort of kind of charged up. Do you want to roll to hit then?
is this counted as another attack then, or?
Yeah. So they haven't seen you. They're literally just trying to escape the ship.
Okay. So let's put all these things back on. Because I've killed the thing, so I can't pick a new enemy until I've until the next morning, I think. But let's just use the longbow. So how many attacks am I doing? Well, I've got 3 anyway.
Yeah, so that's 1 dead.
Take off sneak attack and dread ambusher.
That's a 2nd dead.
Nice.
That's a 3rd dead.
I might just keep on going with Tharaval, or do I need to switch over to, because he's basically that he'll have his 3 initial attacks.
Yeah, you go for Ceravel to sort of finish the last 2 guys off.
What's he got? He's got sneak attack and hunter's mark.
Yep,
1,
dead.
2.
Dead. Okay. So between you as these sort of cultists are sort of kind of trying to throw themselves off the ship, you take out the remaining ones that haven't sort of thrown themselves over the side. You see them sort of plunge into the water and disappear. There's no sign of them swimming or anything. They just go into the water. The sea seems relatively calm, and the wind is still sort of carrying you in the same direction as you were going.
Tharavel turns to Ceravel and said, "The one problem now is, brother, do you know how to sail a ship? Because I don't." I think first we need to find, at least check our course for the directions of where we're going. If we can stay on course, then hopefully, and the weather stays as it is, we might be in luck.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to roll a. So we're technically still in the summertime. Weather. All right. Okay. I'm going to roll a d20 on a 18 to 20. The weather's going to change. Or the wind's going to change. Actually, no, I lie. So, because we'll do wind and then we'll do weather. Okay, so we'll do weather first. So on an 18 to 20, the weather's going to change. So no. So the weather sort of still quite fine. No adverse weather at this moment in time. Wind direction on a D10. So on a 9 or a 10, the wind's going to change.
Balls.
Right. So the wind starts to change direction. With that, the ship starts to slow down. It doesn't automatically mean that you're moving in that direction, because obviously you have to turn the sails to sort of go that. You start to slow down, and slowly start coming to a stop.
Tharavel runs back to where Nunuk and the children are, and says, "Do any of you know? Any of you had any hand on a ship before?" Child labor.
Okay, so right, all right. So there's say 10 children. I'll roll a d20 on a 18 to a 20. I'll say a couple of them.
Damn.
No, yeah, none of them got experience on ships.
Okay, boys, we need to turn these. We need your help to turn these sails. If I can get. So what we need? How many sails have we got?
It's rigging and stuff, so it would all be done with rigging and stuff. So it's basically there will be.
I suppose we can basically we just need to turn the sails one by one. So if there's 3 sails, we do one, get it the right direction. That's giving us some speed at least.
Okay. Yep.
So we get the boys to the rigging of the mainsail.
Okay.
To get them to start and get Ceravel to do it as well. Ceravel's going to demand the wheel. So
amazing.
trying to keep.
Are you going in the same direction? Are you heading still for the
Well, actually, what I'm going to do is Ceravel is going to go and search the ship for in the captain's quarters for the maps as to where the ship is going, and relay the bearing as to what direction we need to be going.
Okay. All right, so we'll go back to Camber Ford now. All right, chaps. You've. What time did we leave it? It was the morning when it all happened, wasn't it? When it all kicked off.
Because we're in the middle of having the little combat off.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Right. So Tharval and Ceravel, they met the. So they're in the evening, so it will be early morning for them. So they're basically on this ship at the same time as the fight happens in Camber Ford, basically. Does that seem about right?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Because they were waiting till dawn. No, they were waiting till nightfall for. So actually, they were waiting for nightfall for the. Then they followed. So nightfall. Then they followed the. Actually, didn't follow. They took the canal boat, down to the docks. So that would have been, say, about a half an hour. Had a bit of a fight, got on the boat, Tharval, maybe about an hour. So actually they're going to be early morning still, like really early morning, whereas you guys are slightly ahead of them then. So you're probably midday now, whereas Tharval and Ceravel are in and around sort of like 1 a.m, 2 a.m, something like that, I'd guess. Say 3 a.m. We'll say 3 a.m. for the sake of it. With sunrise at like 6. Okay, so you've basically got all the bodies laid out. Everybody's sort of kind of helping. You've got the bodies, like the monks have made their way back and are tending to Uthrax, and is it Uthrax or is it Ulthrax? I can't remember how to pronounce his name.
It's Ulthrax.
Ulthrax, yeah. And some of the other injured members of the group. What are you doing?
Okay. Do the funeral rites for the for the people that have died according to their own particular beliefs.
Okay, so Sergeant Castor says he sort of kind of comes up and salutes and says, if I may, sir, I would like to send for I say I'm going to do that. So basically says most of these men have families in Taunt, but I believe that they should be and would be buried in their sort of familial cemeteries, or in the monument for the Monument of Victory in the south, near Falcross. As it is, I believe these men deserve to be buried where they fell, in protecting this place. But I would like I would like a monument built in their name.
Good.
I think we can
agree.
commit some resources to that. It's an important part of building a community is to remember those that have fallen while building it. You can't pretend they aren't part of the story.
Yep.
It gives everyone something to focus on.
So, he...
One more thing. Discuss it with the Dragonborn. Do not make the decision for them.
He says, I'm just talking about my men, sir.
As you wish. I shall discuss with Dragonborn. See what they say. They may wish to combine their deceased with yours.
Okay.
Unite us.
Who are you going to talk to? You're going to talk to Uthrax, who's sort of injured. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just Dragon goes to Uthrax and see how he is. I mean, how does he look? How bad was he injured?
He's sort of lying with his head on a rock, where basically he was badly injured. Beside him is one of the monks and the I can't remember the name. What was the name of the female Dragonborn?
No, you mean yes.
Yeah. So she's sort of kneeling beside him, tending his wounds. He looks up at you. Sort of there's blood sort of kind of coming from the side of his mouth, and he's coughing. And he sort of kind of holds out his hand to you.
Draken takes his hand.
He says, I haven't got much time left, brother. I am to be taken into Bahamut's arms.
I understand. You fought well. You were a true Dragonborn.
He says, you must promise me to look after these men, to look after our brothers, to not let them fall to that father of yours.
He is no father of mine. I might be of his body, of his kin, but I am not his father. He is not my father, in fact.
He coughs and splutters a bit, and he says, when you bury me, take my axe. No, actually, no, I lie. I asked you one more thing, and I'm going to take this from a Sharp episode, but it's a good one. I think so. He says when you kill him, take his sword and drive it into my grave, so I can feel the point, and I know you have defeated him.
You have my word. I will defeat Red Skull, and you will feel the blade as it pierces the ground beneath you.
He says, avenge me, my brother. Avenge us all. Make sure he pays for what he has done to us and to here and here.
I give you my word, and I give you my blood. On this I swear.
He sort of kind of pulls you down and puts his head onto yours and sort of does a sort of draconic chant as he does, and as he does, he sort of kind of puts his head back, takes his own sword, puts it on his chest, or sorry, his axe, puts it on his chest, and succumbs to his wounds.
Dragonborn, it's like Draken lowers his head in sadness and closes Ulfax's eyes. Vestvel, my brother Vestvel. And he turns to the female Dragonborn, whose name I'm really sorry I cannot remember.
It's it's in the Camberford chat and stuff. I'm
really sorry.
Female Dragonborn.
Sister,
yeah.
Sister, you did well. You possibly did better than all the other Dragonborn. You are a true Dragonborn just as much as he is. Never let anyone take that from you. Do you understand?
She's crying, upset by the whole thing. She says, I took up my axe and I froze. I could not help him from his wound. I tried my best with all my healing knowledge to save him, but I could not save him.
Your power does not come from your axe, as it does with others. Your power comes from your healing and your hands. Embrace and learn this. It is what Ulfrax would want. It is what I want. Embrace the healing side.
She looks at you and smiles. Tears still coming down her cheeks. She then wipes them away and says, "I must see to his burial. Some of me and some of our brothers will bury him."
That would be good. I have one more thing. There is going to be a burial amongst the humans. Rather than taking their bodies away, they're going to be buried here with a monument to mark their deaths. I ask you, one Dragonborn to another, they represent all of Dragonborn. Should we bury our kin with the humans to demonstrate that we are a community? We are not two separate people. We are one people.
Are you saying this just to her, or are you saying this to some of the others here?
I'm saying it to the Dragonborn. Sorry, to all the Dragonborn that are here.
Okay. Roll me persuasion, I guess.
Okay. Do I have to? I got a really good roll last time.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay. If you go into Berserk Rage, we get advantage. That's a no. It's a no.
That's definitely a no. The Dragonborn, who are quite stubborn and obstinate, are there's a lot of no's and murmurings, and we have our own ways. As much as we will fight with these men to bring vengeance to our fallen brothers, we have our own customs, and we must bring our brothers back to their homeland.
As you wish, I understand. We are very much tied to where we come from. I would have one more request then. Since even though we are not buried here, I would still ask for the names to be marked on the monument as a form of remembrance. Does that...
Okay. Roll me persuasion again. You can have advantage on it.
Oh,
yeah, they agree. They say, they all nod and agree and say, yes, that's fine.
Thank you, my brothers. We will rebuild, and we will continue. We are Dragonborn, and we are here to stay.
Okay.
And just nods to them all. Goes back to the cap and explain what's happened to the that person whose name we're going to forget. I really apologise, and to say like even though the Dragonborn have their own brewing customs that they feel compelled to follow, they would still wish their names to be included on the monument.
Okay.
And just checks it's okay with him.
Yeah. He's fine with that. A couple of the Dragonborn pick up a couple of the Dragonborn request passage to the whereabouts would they go to? Agover or one of the other cities to bring their brothers back to the what's the name of the area where you guys come from? Where are we? Oh, I haven't got the thing here. Where is it? Anyway, they bring them back to their home. They bring them back to their homeland, basically. They want a couple. So there's 10. There's 9 of them, and they want to know how many of them can leave to bring sort of the bodies back to your homeland. Black Star 0314, what up? What up?
Okay, what's based on Dragonborn culture and funeral practices? What is the acceptable number? Is there a general pre-defined number, or should we just say 2?
As long as they can go back to their homeland, as long as they are they get their funerary rights, it's just about how many can be taken there. It doesn't have to just be Dragonborn. But obviously some Dragonborn need to go with to bring them back. You can sort of try and persuade some of the other ones to help them bring some of the bodies back.
I suggest then 2 Dragonborn as funeral escorts for the remains, and then I don't know however many others are required.
Well, you've got 11 dead Dragonborn, so that's a lot of bodies.
Yeah. Okay. Is it overland or by boat?
You'll need to go over on boat. So they need to take it to one of the cities. They then need to get a boat across.
So what we could do is like a cart or possibly 2.
Well, you would need, there's, you could go by, you can get one of the, a Canberra Fort has like little barges and stuff that you can use for, it's where the shipments and stuff come through, because all the supplies and stuff come up and down the waterway, and so you could basically use them as a way to get to one of the cities.
Yeah, just do that basically, and so I don't know the appropriate 2.
I'd say you need maybe 4 people. You could do it in 2, but it would just take longer.
Okay, well, 2 Dragonborn and 2 of the soldiers maybe, or 2 of the Thieves Guild.
Thieves Guilds aren't here.
2 of the Dirty,
2 of the
Dirty Dozen instead.
2 of the Dirty Dozen. Okay. Do you want to go and persuade or tell the Dirty Dozen what they're doing? Or does Lance want to do it, or does somebody else want to do it? I don't know.
I will go with him, and we will continue to present a united front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we have to find who was the leader of the
Chaos Being, but he was knocked unconscious. So he's basically he's sitting there under guard at this moment in time, because obviously he instigated the initial fight. Right. So he's sort of under guard by some of Caster's.
Oh yeah, he was the one that was pushing the anti-Dragonborn agenda, wasn't he?
Yeah. And so he's sat there sort of, not looking too happy, with a giving dirty looks to you and to Lance as you approach, basically.
I look to I look across and walk over to him and grab him by the front of his jerkin and pull him to his feet and say, "You have a lot of nerve considering to act like a 5-year-old that's had their favourite sweet taken away from them. Your behaviour led to an awful lot of deaths today that could have been avoided if we provided a solid front. Answer me this. At which point do I not take you out to that bridge, drop you in the water, and see where you wash up?
He's like, you'll not do that, warrior. Warforged. You're one of the goodies. You'll not do that to me. I'm a bad guy. Aye, that's not you. You might threaten me, you might act big, you might act like this. That's not you. I've seen you. So you can do what you want.
I reach down to my pack.
Hang on a second. Intimidating presence.
I hold him by the throat and hold him out so that he's got his feet off the floor and in full view of the Dragonborn.
You can use your action to frighten someone who's a menacing presence. When you do so, choose one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature can see or hear you, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw DC equal to 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier, or be frightened until the next turn. On subsequent turns, you can use your action to extend duration. Okay. Right, I'm just going to roll away.
Alternatively, I could just use Intimidate itself, which is +5.
Yeah, just use Intimidation. You don't need Intimidating Presence. It's sort of more for in fights and stuff, isn't it? Intimidation. Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay. He looks at you and he spits blood at you and laughs.
I slam him against the wall and say, "You're really trying really hard to find out just how much of a nice person I'm not, aren't you?"
He says, I don't need to know. This is all a show. Go on then. Do it. I don't care. I'm not getting locked up again. I want my freedom. I'm not doing anything. And he spits a gob in your face as well.
Allow me.
Nope. I have this one, and I grab.
you wish.
I drag him out with his feet along the floor, walk to the bridge, pull the rope out from my pack, and tie it around his ankles. And then I drop him and just pull up short as his head's about to go in the water.
You need to give me a strength check on that.
I'm just going to go grab hold of the rope just in case.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with advantage?
Yeah. Okay, so there's both of you. He's heavier than he looks, and as you push him off, have you actually just pushed him off, or are you threatening?
No, I dropped him off the edge with after I tied the tied the thing around his ankles.
Okay, so he's got to obviously do a resistance to stop being pushed off. Then I guess. He's a strong fella. As you sort of kind of push him towards the bridge, he sort of resists you and then laughs and says, "Is that all you've got? Is that all you've got? Go on then."
I smack him in the head, knock him backwards. So is that just the strength for attack? Yeah.
Yep.
So you know what I forgot, don't you?
What?
My proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make that uses strength from my Deft Explorer.
Okay.
Only.
Yep.
So that puts another
15.
+4.
Yeah. Yeah.
15. Okay. I'll contest it, I guess. Okay, yeah. So you smack him around the head and knock him senseless, basically.
So I drop him off the edge. So that's to knock him backwards off the edge. So he'll wake up hanging.
Yep.
With his head just above the water.
Okay, cool. Give me another strength check to see if you actually hold the rope. Yep. Okay.
Okay, so now I've got him braced. Obviously, he's unconscious.
Yep.
I just for a moment, I let the rope out a little and put it back, so I dunk his head in the water to wake him up.
Okay. He sort of kind of wakes up with and then realizes where he is, and he's just like, what are you doing, you crazy bastards? What are you doing? You're meant to be one of the good guys. Get me out of here.
I'm really sorry, but you said that you didn't want to go back to jail. So I can let go of the rope anytime you want.
Roll me intimidation with advantage.
He's been taking lessons from me.
Yeah, he's just like, I was just joking, you fucking idiots. Let me back up. It was just a joke.
Your sense of humor really needs some work, you know, and I'm getting a bit tired up here. I could lose track of this any time, and this rope's seen some really heavy use. Can you hear it creaking?
Yep. I'm gonna do something here. I'm not sure.
Oh
if,
God, this is gonna go horribly wrong now, isn't it?
Brace the chaos.
Okay, so as you're sort of kind of holding him, but actually we'll go to Thomas and Val. Val sort of, stop, his sobbing has stopped, and he's drank a lot of the wine. He sort of kind of stands up and looks at you and says, I have something to do, and walks out the door of the out the door of the tower.
Okay, I follow him.
He starts walking briskly towards the bridge as you see sort of in front of you, Lance basically throwing Lance and Draken throwing Chaos Bane off the throwing Chaos Bane off the bridge, and they have him sort of braced on this rope. Val starts marching towards them as they're sort of interacting with the with Chaos Bane. As actually roll me perception, Lance, and roll me perception, Thomas.
Draken as well.
Yeah, Draken, yeah, sorry.
I know nothing.
Okay, Draken.
Yeah, just rolling it now. Oh.
Yeah, none of you.
Yeah, that was horribly wrong.
Right, so
Oops.
he unsheathes Holy Avenger and cuts the rope.
I guess we're going to need another Chaos Bane then.
Okay, can I cast floating disc underneath him?
He's in the
catch him?
water. He's not like, he literally, his head was just above the water. He's just Val basically comes up, cuts the rope, and Chaos Bane is taken away by the water.
Which way is the water flowing? Is it flowing away from the bridge or under the bridge?
The bridge you want?
You're yeah, I'll say, whatever one it is, it's going in the opposite direction, so you can try and sort of grab him if you want.
So bearing in mind, I can breathe underwater. I'm going to run and jump.
Draken's not wearing any armor.
Yep. So we're both going to run to try and save him, I guess.
Yeah. Bear in mind, this is very sort of there's like rapids and stuff, so if it gets trailed down the river, you could end up being taken with him and killed and stuff.
We're still the good guys.
Mostly.
Yeah. Neutral good.
Yeah, but Jack can jump in the water and save him.
Both of you are doing this?
They're both trying to jump to save him, because the whole point of this was to intimidate him, not beat him to a pulp.
Okay. Val, obstructs you.
Okay, so I.
He says, "This is, Val," and I don't even know why Val's voice does, but he's like, he caused this. My mother is gone because he has no honor. Let him die.
I'm going to grapple him out of the way so that Draken can make the run. Okay.
Okay, roll me a strength.
So that's strength plus, and it'll be an extra 4 on top because it's a proficiency bonus thing.
Okay.
So yeah, this is gonna suck.
Okay. And then a strength for Val. Yeah, he just easily, just pushes you.
So
Well,
on my last
those-
level, I took action surge. So can I try and re-grapple him?
He also has Sentinel and stuff, so he can do reactions and stuff.
I know, but I'm trying to keep him busy, so he's not in Draken's way. So my thought was, because action surge lets me normally, if I was in combat, do an extra action once per long sleep or whatever, or once per rest. So could you interpret that as me getting a chance to kind of like adrenaline equivalent for a Warforged, try harder again and sort of keep him busy, try and pin him down again because he gets out of the way?
Okay, yeah, fine.
Okay,
So Draken just basically dodges round Val and just jumps in to grab.
sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so it's 21.
24, 25.
Okay, he's not going to be able to beat that.
Yeah.
Unless he not.
So when he thinks he wins, yeah.
No. Okay, so
he thinks he wins, and I managed to get the better of him out of the way.
Yep.
All on you, dude.
Okay, you need to give me. So you're just jumping in. Just bear in mind, this is dangerous.
I live in the name of danger.
Right.
Danger's my middle name.
Okay. Thomas, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Draken over to while he jumps in and have a look to where Chaos Braid is flowing, and so assuming that Draken's gonna hit the water roughly close to where Chaos Braid is.
Well, basically, he's not, because he's literally in the water and he's being dragged down the stream, downstream. So he's gonna have to jump in and start swimming to get him, basically.
Right. Okay. In that case, I will shout a word of encouragement to Draken and watch with spellbook at hand, ready to cast whatever I need to help them out.
Okay, give me a dex then, Draken, to see if you sort of make it over safe and sound.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, you do a swan dive into the water. It's quite fast flowing and starts pulling you downstream. You can see Chaos Braid sort of kind of spluttering and holding his hands sort of kind of in you. I can't bloody swim! I can't swim!
Okay. Draken swims towards him.
Roll. Okay, give me another dexterity.
Can it be strength?
We don't really need strength because you're not going against the flow.
Fair point. Okay.
This is to see if you can get yourself in that thing. Yeah. Okay, so you manage to sort of catch up with him, and give me a strength. So he's sort of like, you catch up with him. He's like flapping his arms and panicking, and looking to basically bring you down with him. Not intentionally, but you know what people like when they're drowning and stuff.
Panicking.
Yeah, panicking. Yeah. I'll give you an advantage on it. Okay, so you managed to grapple hold of him, but you're both sort of getting pulled. You're both getting pulled downstream.
Right. Okay, Draken is going to get really pissed off now.
Okay.
They're going to hit him.
He's going to beat the river into submission.
Only you should mention that. We still have some bottles of water breathing, don't we?
Yeah, I would say had they have taken that before you jumped in the water.
Okay, no, I wasn't thinking for me. I was thinking for.
You don't have it. I'm guessing you wouldn't have anything on you as you jumped into the water.
That's true. That's fine. Okay, then Draken's get really annoyed and just basically uses a rage and fury at just being in this absolutely ridiculous position. If it hadn't been for Val, and if it hadn't been for X and Y and Red Scale, he's just going to be like just really channel his rage into swimming to the side and drag them both out.
Okay. Do you want to roll me a strength check then?
Okay,
Give me a dex to sort of kind of see if you miss rocks and stuff, and then give me a strength to see if you sort of kind of pass through. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And give me a strength. Yeah, okay. So you start moving towards the sort of kind of northern bank where the inlet is. Give me another dex and another strength. Yeah, another strength. Yeah. Okay. You managed to sort of with your fury and your anger, you managed to pull yourself and Chaos Braid, who's spluttering and cursing and generally being a pain in the ass, to the side to the northern bank of the river. He just lies on the sort of kind of on the gravelled beach and starts sort of spitting up water.
Basically put him on his side and just basically just get the water out of him.
Yeah.
And just Draken just slumps down next to him as the fury fades, and just waits for him to kind of just cough up the water and just looks down at him and says, think of this.
As this is happening, Val tries to break free of your grapple. Actually, I didn't roll his thing. I should have rolled his actual thing. Does he get, what's his proficiency on strength? So 3. So he's got a 19. So he tries to break free, a 19. You rolling, Lance?
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
There's a bit of a delay. That's why I ended up with 2 just now.
Ah, okay, right.
I have clicked.
Okay. Let me just check.
Oh, yep, we've ended up with 2 again.
Okay, yep. So you managed to hold on to him. He's getting extremely annoyed. And says, "Why are you trying to save this man? This man has no honor. This man is the reason this happened. I will have my vengeance. I will have my this evildoer fights against all that I believe in. In Bahamut's name, I will have his head.
He's not evil, he's stupid. Are you going to be stupid too? He's small-minded and petty and
Zealot.
vicious. You are supposed to be better than this. Why am I having to remind you of this?
Because I don't know his character too well, so I'm not I'm just having a little shifty at what he's got. Yeah, I don't think he's got. He struggles. He struggles, and he tries to break out one last time.
So I try something a bit shocking, and I say to him, say, "What would your mother think if she could see what you're doing right now?"
As you say her name, he looks at you. His eyes, fill with tears, but rage fills his face. How dare you speak her name?
She sacrificed everything to keep you alive.
Okay, roll us a strength. He's going to give. I'm giving him. So that's 15.
So plus 4, 17.
Yep. Okay. So he slowly realized that he can't escape from your grip, and proceeds to basically slump down and get upset again and cry at the loss of his mother.
You can't bring her back by taking another life. Especially not one that's not worth that effort and what it would do to you. You should know better than this. What are you, some stripling? Some novice? You're supposed to be better than this. What would Bahamut think of you?
He's just in pieces. He's not really listening to you now. He's just sort of feeling very sorry for himself.
I look up to Thomas and say, "Could you please fetch the monks, and we'll see if someone can see to him. I suspect that he won't be much good to us for a little while."
So Thomas, looking over, seeing that Lance has the situation under control, nods once, and then turns back to the shoreline to keep an eye on Draken and Chaos Braid and make sure that Draken is also fine.
Okay. As Draken comes ashore, some of the guards that are, have seen this sort of make their way down to the shore, and sort of start helping up Draken while the others sort of bind Chaos Braid.
Okay, satisfied
Yeah,
with
Draken just turns to Chaos Braid. Think of what has happened today. And think how we could very easily just let you drown.
Oh, you wouldn't have let me drown. I knew you'd not let me die. I knew you, and you don't have what it takes. You don't have the balls. Why are you intimidating him? What are you doing?
See, Draken grabs him, picks him up by his throat, and slams him into the ground. I could very easily rectify this as a mistake. Live and learn.
he pisses himself and he pisses himself, and the guards snigger, and it's like, oh, that's the mighty Chaos Braid pissing himself. All right, look at you. It's like, fuck off, you bastards.
I said respect.
He says, yeah, just a joke.
No more jokes.
As they sort of kind of trail him off up the cliffside.
Okay, Jacken dusts himself down and wanders back quite calmly back up to the bridge. When what next calamity will be, fellas?
Right. Okay.
Anything can scare that.
Right. So we'll go back to Tharaval and we'll end there after he's
How
done.
much for not rolling any more dice, eh?
Right. So you're trying to move seals and things. Okay, so you're gonna give me what are you gonna give me? So you're at the helm.
Yep.
And Ceravel is directing the kids on how to use rigging, I guess.
No, so basically there should be a grate or something like that in the middle of the ship. Or no, actually, so the way I'm sort of picturing it, you're going to have the sort of top upper deck where the wheel is, and then the captain's quarters will be in below that.
He's gone off to get charts and things, hasn't he?
Yeah, so he'll be in below, and basically he needs to come out and so right. I'm basing this on what you do in Sea of Thieves,
right?
So basically, you have somebody on the wheel, somebody on the ropes, and then somebody who checks the map and the direction. So Ceravel will be checking what direction we need to be going. So he'll go down, look at the maps, and go, right, we need to be going northeast or southeast or whatever. He'll relay that to me, who should technically have a compass at the wheel.
Yeah.
And therefore I can sort of see if we need to turn left or turn right. And then basically once we've got the direction right, then we then need to change the sails direction to catch the wind.
Right, okay. So he goes off and he comes back with some maps and stuff, you know, your rangers and stuff, so navigation isn't a massive issue for you and stuff, naval or whatever and stuff. So he gives you a bearing to the south, to the southwest, and says, you know, we need to go in this direction.
Okay, so Tharaval checks the compass.
That's if you want to go. That's if you want to go towards the. If you want to go towards the ruins, obviously.
Yeah, we still have the kids on there. Okay. Okay, so he calls Ceravel up. And he says, "Brother, I know I've made you a promise to help you find your wife. If we carry on, we will still have the life of these children in our hands, and we could put them in further harm's way. I will follow you to go there if you wish it, but I believe we need to save these children's lives first. If you want to go, I will go with you. It's your call. I will follow you wherever you want to go."
Roll me persuasion.
Where is it? Tharaval's persuasion is actually okay-ish.
Yeah, he's as much as he wants to find his wife, he he understands, and he would rather that the children were safe than going straight to this place on your own. So he says, then we must return back to the port, though we may be able to what's the word? We may be able to fluke our way back to port, but stopping this monster, I have no idea how we're going to port this thing.
I have a plan, brother. We don't need to port this ship. Well, hold on. I'm assuming that there are some sort of smaller rafts attached to.
Yeah, you'll have like life rafts and things like that. Yeah.
If we can get within range of the port, all we need to do is drop the sails, come to a stop, drop anchor, and then we can use the smaller boats to row ashore. That, or we can crash it.
he laughs heartily and says, and slightly sheepishly, and says, the first option is more preferable. My constitution is not so good on the water.
I know you're a sensible one, brother. You sure you don't want to crash it?
He sniggers and says, I will go and help the children with the rigging.
Yes, let's. We must concentrate now. We are not able seamen, but hopefully, if the weather holds up for us, and a bit of luck, we will get home safe.
Okay. Give me a Right. So you're changing. So you've got 3 main sails. Give me a D20, 2 D20s. But at disadvantage, you get the lowest figure because you have no idea how to. 3
D20s.
Give me 2 D20s just for each one. So for the first one, give me two D20s, and you get the lowest figure, 3. Okay. The kids are struggling with the ropes. They're not really sure what they should be pulling, what way they're meant to be pulling, and Ceravel is pretty much unsure as well, as he doesn't know anything about ships.
Okay, so if I suppose it's not really going to make much difference if I'm doing it, but if Ceravel can take control of the ship, basically, I'll just explain to him, we just want to point in that direction. So if we're whatever direct, they wanted us to go southeast, was it? So I'm assuming we need to go back the opposite direction.
Yeah, so you need to turn. You'll need to turn the wheel. Thing is, that being said, as the wind direction is going in that direction, the wind isn't going in that direction. If the wind's going the direction that we need to go, then hopefully we should just be able to turn the ship. Yes. I think. Well, I don't know enough about sailing to understand the sort of. Basically, if the wind is going the direction that we want to go, we just need to point the sails forward, and then turn the ship that direction. Mm-hmm. If the wind is going against us, then it's different. Then it's different.
You know what you're doing,
because basically you need to do tacking, so you need to sort of steer left, get a bit of speed up, and then turn back right and steer left, get a bit of speed up. You need to be traveling sidewards on to actually get the wind and the sails. Yeah,
you have to curve around the wind to try and achieve that.
I love the way we're meta-sailing right now, using Sea of Thieves as a reference point.
It is actually real. Like, Sea of Thieves is brilliant. It's like black game.
Okay. All right then. So give us another roll then. Another 2 rolls.
D20, so it's 2. Do we do? I would have thought if we're doing 2 rolls, for one for each sail, if we can get one sail
All right, give me a third. Give me a third one then.
Because all you need is one sail. It's all that's going to happen is if you don't get all the sails,
flaps.
it just means you're going to go slower.
Yeah. Okay. All right, give us another one for the third sail then.
Well, give us a high one. Oh,
God. Yeah, you don't know enough about the. You don't know enough about the rigging and the sailing. So at this moment in time, you're pretty much dead in the water. Until you'll have to spend a bit more time sort of working things out. So it's what 3 in the morning we said. For you, okay. So give us another for each hour you spend. Give us another roll then. So give us another roll for next hour. So for each seal. Yeah.
So it's going to be 6, is it?
Yeah.
There's 5 and 1. There's an 18 in there.
Yep. So first
1, 2, 3, 4.
So the mid sail sort of you manage to get that turned, and it slowly starts moving you, in sort of pushing you around.
Okay, so I'm assuming that we've actually turned the ship in the direction we're going.
Well, you're starting to turn in that direction, so it'll be another hour. So it's like 5 in the morning now.
Okay. So if we tie the sail off, so it sticks in that direction, and just hold that direction on the. If I sort of hold the wheel.
Yeah.
I say to Saravel to take the boys and let them get some rest, and for him to take Nanook and get some rest himself. We could be a while.
Okay. All right. So with only one sail, you're basically limping back in the direction of Taunt. Basically, it's another sort of say 3 hours. You're looking at sort of 7, 8 in the morning as you sort of see the harbor of Taunt that you left earlier. Do you want to sort of drop? Do you want to try and drop anchor and?
So basically, once we sort of get, again, sort of a rowable distance away, we try and raise that sail to slow us down, or to basically, stop using the wind. So I don't know whether it's worth trying to do that.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're just going to end up dropping anchor and just coming to an abrupt stop. So is this going to be a strength?
Yeah, it gives
roll to.
Yeah, you can have.
Sail.
I'm not going to give you advantage because the kids aren't going to be a major help doing stuff. It's just gives you a strength.
Well, you would have lots of people doing it anyway normally. So. Oh.
No, you're not. You sort of. You can give me one more. You can give me another.
I have an idea, brother. Cut the sail.
he nods his head.
Clear the kids out of the way and cut the main sail.
Yeah, thinking outside the box. All right. All right. So you cut the sail. I'm just going to say cut it. So you cut the sail, which comes plummeting down and lands on the main deck. The ship then starts to slow down. Are you letting the anchor go then?
Yeah.
As you sort of kind of let the anchor go, you sort of knock the sort of peg that lets the anchor go down as it plummets into the sea, and the ship makes a stop.
Before leaving, can we actually do a search of the ship for any loot? Interesting things.
Yeah, you can give me a. How long do you want to spend looking around the ship?
So what time are we?
Say 7 in the morning.
Maybe say because it's going to be quite a big ship. So I would say there's maybe quite a lot to go through. Say 2 hours.
Right, so 2 hours. Okay. So roll me investigation. And roll me again.
Investigation 1, investigation 2.
And again.
Oh God. I'm glad I'm getting these rolls now rather than earlier on.
Okay, so looking on the sort of kind of main deck, you find some firearms, you find a few crates of supplies, you find on the body of the sort of the mind flayer, a pennant with the emblem of Slackarath, or is it Slackarath? Slackarath? Sacrathel, that's it, Sacrathel. Of Sacrathel around his neck. You find where are we? You find a staff of striking.
Staff of striking. Okay.
Staff of striking. Okay.
Any gold or anything like that, or?
You find 500 electrum and 100 gold.
Hello. Okay.
You also find what do you find? You find a book on the body of the mind flayer, and it's covered in dirt, and obviously his blood and stuff like that. But it seems like a folk tale, and talking about a figure called Therembor.
Therembor. How do you
Therembor.
spell that? Therinbor.
Yeah, Therembor. It's. Were you? Who was in the? Do you remember many moons ago? You were in somebody was in a book. Danny was in a bookstore looking for
Library.
a library, but she was looking for stuff about
the thing from her childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas, Valashul, and Galandra were there.
Right. Okay. So you're not going to know about that and stuff. So you've got a book. It's about a guy. It's a tale about a man whose it's a tale about a man whose family was killed by Crusaders of Bahamut, allegedly, and how he is seeking revenge and seeking destruction of the false god Bahamut and his followers, and how he has become this powerful dark warrior.
Become a powerful warrior. All right. Okay, so look, I can read that then and everything. It's just in common tongue, is it, or?
Yeah, it's sort of it's like a very it's common, but it's a different sort of. You can kind of understand it, but it's not sort of its dialect's slightly different, as if it's not one you recognize, but you can kind of piece it together.
Okay. Is that everything then? Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so I'm assuming that we've dropped anchor. We'll load the supply, as much of the supplies and firearms and things as we can into one of the life rafts, and get the children to get in as well.
Okay.
And how do we go about lowering the life rafts?
Somebody has to lower it.
Is it going to be? Do you just need one person or two?
Yeah,
or?
just one needs to lower the.
Okay, so if putting a Nook in as well. Let's not forget the Nook. If Saravel goes in the boat with the boys and readies the oars, then I will lower the boat and jump on afterwards.
As you're sort of kind of ushering the kids into the boat, you feel a tug at your cloak.
I turn towards where the tug is coming.
You look down, and Casper is sat there. He just hugs you. He hugs you.
I thought that was you, my boy. I'm sorry I did not say anything earlier. We've had a lot on our mind. Are you okay?
He says, "I'm okay. I'm okay. I knew you'd come for us. I told you you'd come and get us. I knew it."
You're a brave boy, but we must get you back home to your family. They will be worried sick about you.
He sort of kind of nods his head and sort of kind of gives you another hug.
Yeah, I think basically on the way back I'll maybe ask him some questions as to if he knew who they were or any information that he sort of maybe heard from the people on the ship or anything like that.
Yep. Okay. So you all get into the boat, start rowing towards the to the port. As you're sort of there, you ask him a few questions about sort of what happened, how he was taken, and he says he'd found some new friends when they'd sort of kind of, after the hunting lodge, they'd sort of made their way to Taunt with his mother and father, sorry, and they'd found a sort of a temporary house to sort of live in. He got in with some of the local sort of riffraff, and they were just playing one evening, and got basically nabbed by these hooded figures with tattoos on their faces.
Okay. Did he know as to what their intentions were with them, or where they were taking them, or?
No.
I suppose we know all. Yeah. Do we know all that stuff anyway?
You kind of know. They're going towards the ruins of Kibarath. Okay. All he knows is that they were taken, and that the hooded figure said they would be they would soon ascend to be greater than that. That the society that they lived the society that they sort of has failed them in their poverty will be punished, and they will be great. That Slackerath will rise them up.
Right. So I think if we just get back to the port, do all the I'm assuming all the children are from Taunt originally, or
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they'll be sort of like local sort of kind of street urchins and things like that. Sort of.
Okay, so I'm going to take the Electrum that was given that we found and split it between the boys, and find a local guard or military figure of some sort at the port, and hand over the firearms and supplies, and say for the defense to be used in the defense of Taunt, and say to Casper that we will escort him home.
Okay. You do all that stuff. The guard sort of asks you, where did you get all these items from? He knows who you are through reputation, but where did you get these from?
The what do you call them again?
The cult of Slackerath.
Slackrathel.
Slackrathel, that's it. Yeah.
So basically, going to explain to the guards that the cult of Slackrathel have been kidnapping children and shipping them off in the direction of the ruins of Kibarath, is it?
Yeah, Kibarath, yeah.
We were on our way to the ruins for other business, but we came upon these children. That doesn't sound right. We stumbled upon these children while we stowed away on the ship, and we...
Now then.
After destroying or killing the crew on board. The ship is currently docked offshore, as we thought it safest to leave it there than trying to port the ship ourselves. If you would like to take some men to the ship, you can.
The ship. He says to by rules of salvage, the ship is yours.
Okay.
So it's up to you. We can. He'll happily get some of the local sailors to bring it into port for you, and for a fee, bring it into port for you, and sort of make sure it's moored there if you want.
If they could have some men bring it in, moor it up, we will pay whatever port fees are needed. Also, if they can fix the mainsail.
Well, you've got your first ship.
Woohoo! Do I get any experience for being an able seaman?
You can. Yeah, you can get to a bit of experience. You're I guess, a little bit when you're going to have to, obviously, if you want to learn how to, that depends if you want to actually learn how to sail a ship or if you want to just employ other people to do it for you. But
that's true.
Yeah, you can sort of learn that, and so the experience you've done in the last sort of 6 hours or so will go a little bit towards helping you towards that and stuff. You can name it if you wish, name the ship if you wish. So that's up to you. All right.
You will play a hawk.
So
I was going to call it Casper's bravery.
okay, cool. Well, yeah.
Well, I'll think about it. But
Yeah.
it's the
So
first thing
you've
I
got a ship. So you're going to basically with that, and then are you going into Taunt? Are you going to make your way back to Camber Ford? Are you going to wait for them in Taunt?
basically I'm going to escort Casper back to his family first.
Yeah.
And then from there, I think basically say to Ceravel that I think we need the help of others. We were lucky on that ship to get there, to get as far as we did and get back. But if we were to go to the ruins of Kibarath, I think we'd need other warriors to help rescue your wife.
Okay. He agrees. So you throw port fee, the 100 gold that you've got will sort of be enough for the sort of kind of initial getting some sailors, getting the ship back, and etc. You sort of kind of take the kids off into the main city of Taunt, and then bring Casper back to his extremely worried mother, who embraces you as well and gives Casper a smack round the bum for running off again, and she thanks you for bringing him home safely.
I would say I got into much worse trouble whenever I was a child, or we got into much worse trouble when we were children. It will do him good, but I'm glad he is safe. So yeah, I think from there on we'll basically make our way to Camber Ford.
Okay, you're not going to do any sort of investigations around the city and stuff towards. So basically, you're now at like 9 a.m. So Camber Ford, the battle is over, and they're sort of kind of. So it's up to you. If you could make your way back if you wanted to, it would take you half a day. You turn up at sort of late afternoon, 4 or 5 o'clock in the 4 or 5 o'clock. If you meet...
Right. Well, I suppose if that's the case, I can't remember if we should what. I think they said they were basically going back to Camber Ford to sort of check up on things,
yeah,
and then come back. They're going to be coming back to Taunt anyway,
yeah.
So
yeah.
I suppose if we head to the tavern, we'll go and the hotel. If we head to the hotel, and we can maybe start doing more investigation as to the death or deaths that occurred previously.
I think you kind of know where it's all coming from now. You kind of know where it's stemming from now.
We can rest up and resupply and things like that.
Cool. All right, cool. We'll leave it there then. We'll leave it at that. So yeah, okay, good one. You can have some inspiration points, Michael, for Tharaval for commandeering a ship. And basically taking a ship. That means the map that I have now is null and void. And I will, after the two, I only spent 2.5 hours on it, so it's okay. It doesn't matter. I'm
surprised you didn't the mind flare, because you sent that thing earlier on about the TikTok where you're like fudging the damage.
Yeah.
I was expecting you just to add a 1 at the front of it.
Yeah, I was like, no, just let it have it. I was just like, yeah. There was other things. I can still throw that map in. at some other
Yep.
point in time. It's just not going to be just you two and stuff. Okay, so that's fine. Inspiration for Draken as well for throwing himself off a bridge. Do you deserve any inspiration, Lance?
Wrestled an angry, well, intimidated the crap out of Chaos Braid. Helped to settle down the warriors. Wrestled an angry Val into submission and reduced him to tears.
Yeah, okay, you can have an inspiration point as well. Sadly, Thomas, unless you can give me anything you've done over and above.
I didn't want any anyway.
I think actually one good idea was casting slow disc beneath.
I did think about it.
He asked if it would work, but he didn't actually do it.
Yeah.
Because you'd already saved
Yeah.
him by then.
Yeah.
And then angrily convinced the water to let you go.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we'll leave it there. What we'll do is we'll finish off sort of what you're doing, Camber Ford, and then making your way back to Taunt. And then we'll start off next week, pretty much back in the hotel, I guess, from that point. Unless
Eating rabbits?
yeah. And see what goes from there. But yeah, awesome, enjoyable. Right, and you have your first. You have a ship. So yeah, there you go.
We didn't kill Wes.
You didn't kill Wes. You didn't kill
Me
Wes.
either. I was just glad of that.
Yeah.
He just got a damn good babysitting.
Let's just say what I had planned was going to be a basically. No, I can't even do it because I can still do it. Actually, don't ignore me. It's all right. It's all right. I can still do it. All right. Just later on down the line, I'll just have to wait. Okay. So yeah. All right. We'll leave it there. For tonight, I've been Matt Geary. With me has been Michael Astaraval.
Night, everyone.
Dave as Thomas Moonstar.
Good night, everyone.
Mark
Happy
as
skiing.
Lance.
Rah.
Pete as Draken.
Good night, everyone. Take care of each other.
Night.
Right.